Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're looking at Darkest Hour, starring the man of 1,000 faces himself, Gary Oldman. This movie is based off the true events of Winston Churchill coming into power during World War II and how he navigates through these trying times. The movie starts off with some text explaining what the situation is in Europe and for England, and the vote of no confidence for Neville Chamberlain because Neville really screwed up. Poor negotiations with Hitler, and he ceded more ground, which did not help matters at all. They kind of go back and forth between wanting to put Churchill in there or another politician named Halifax. No one really likes Churchill. He's very outspoken, he can fly by the seat of his pants, and he's unpredictable. So much so, where the King of England is afraid of him. And like all of Gary Oldman's roles, he disappears into this one. You really see Winston Churchill up on the screen. Most of the movie is through his perspective. Other characters do get theirs, but this really is about Winston Churchill and how he guided England through these darkest hours. The movie also talks about Dunkirk, which was a movie that came out, I think, a year before, or it came out a few months apart. I find it very interesting that that happened. I have no idea if it was coordinated that way or just happened. If you wanted to, you really could watch Dunkirk right after this movie, even though within the movie, the Operation Dynamo, which is the rescue of the troops from Dunkirk, happens. What this movie does extraordinarily well is demonstrate the weight of a nation on a person's shoulders. There are numerous times throughout the film, and they're my favorite times, where they show Winston completely alone. Twice in the movie, they show him just engulfed in darkness. Once when he's on the phone with President Roosevelt, and another time where he's riding an elevator. I think it's just masterfully done just to show how lonely it is at the top. One of my favorite scenes outside of the isolation scenes is more than likely a fictional one. It happens towards the end. He goes on the subway and he talks to the people and he wants to get their input on the situation. It probably didn't happen, but I really like that it's in the film because it humanizes Churchill even more instead of him just being the legend that he is. Despite knowing the outcome of the events, you really do get a sense of dread watching this movie. And I'm just realizing now that seems to be a pattern in the now three movies that I'm reviewing. I guess it's kind of expected because they are war movies. There's going to be dread, but you know it's a really good film when you know the outcome, but you still feel for the characters and you root for them. You know it's a great film when it can pull that off. I highly recommend this film on 4K if you can get it on 4K. I think it's only on Blu-ray at the highest definition, other than seeing it in theaters. So I recommend you do get it on Blu-ray. Those are my thoughts on Darkest Hours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and live your imagination.